finally. Sorry, everybody. It is 7:16, and I'm now bringing the Sherborn Conservation Commission meeting of September 18th, 2025 to order with a roll call of members present. Michael Lesser present. Steve?
Okay, Steve Scrimshaw present.
Okay, we're gonna need to get some TV recording music. Jacob?
Jacob Strauss present.
Courtney?
Courtney Act present.
Matt?
Matt Olair present.
Okay, we have a quorum here. So starting the meeting. Are there any topics that we need to add to the agenda under the 48-hour rule?
No.
Okay. Got that. And we have 3 minutes to the first hearing. And I look here.
There are no AAs listed.
Okay.
There are, because some of them happened after the fact, but I'll list them all on next week's.
Okay.
After the agenda was posted, they came in.
Okie dokie. No trees, no whatever.
No,
We'll come back to, is there, I didn't see a warrant, was there?
there's no warrant, there's no minutes.
There's no
You're
minute.
on your own.
Okay, let's see. Tree mitigation, we're not covering anything tonight. And let's see if I can get this thing to work. Ay, ay, ay. It's not behaving so well. Okay. Let's see, we got 2 minutes left before we have our hearings. What have we got here? So got the 2 hearings.
Less than a minute left. Is it?
Do you have the
start
legal-
reading
you-
slowly, right?
I don't have
You
a
have the-
second hand. Oh, hi. Oh,
You
yes.
have the legal
Yes,
ad?
You have to declare your state that you're present, Jonathan. With
Present. Jonathan
Yeah.
Tompkins.
Thank you. Yes, say your name and present. Okay. Thank you. And I don't have a second hand, so I can't see how close I am.
It's you could start reading it now.
Okay, oh, that's true too. Okay, we're dealing with Rocky Narrows first here. There we go. Notice is hereby given that the Conservation Commission of the Town of Sherborn will hold a virtual public hearing using Zoom technology at 7:20 on the 18th day of September 2025. The request for determination of applicability, RDA, hearing shall be held pursuant to Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws as amended, the Wetlands Protection Act, and the Sherborn Wetlands Bylaw, Chapter 226, to consider a proposal by the applicant trustees of reservations to create trail connections within a 100-foot wetland buffer zone and 200-foot riverfront area at South Main Street and Forest Street. This application is available for reviewing at the Sherborn Conservation Office. All persons desiring to be heard will be given the opportunity to speak at this hearing. Okay, so how do we want to go here?
Hank, do you want to share your screen, or would you like me to put up your sketches?
I have a slide presentation if I can.
Oh, that would
pull
be
it up. Does that
perfect.
work?
Absolutely.
That's slick. That's good.
Let me, let's see. Hopefully this will work.
Seeing something.
Yes, does that, you guys can see the
Yep.
slides?
Yep.
I'm usually a PowerPoint person, but I'm using Google Slides, so hopefully this will go okay. Hank Roush, I live at 47 Russet Hill Road. I've been a resident of Sherborn since August of 1998. I've been a volunteer trail maintainer with the Trustees of Reservations since early 2019. And we've done many projects at Rocky Narrows over that time period, as well as the trustees have many properties in the Charles River Valley. So we're proposing to create a new trail. Part of that trail would be in the Sherborn Town Forest, but most of the trail is in the trustees of reservations property. There's an existing out and back trail that is not used a lot and needs some pretty significant maintenance. One of our members suggested last year that it would be a much better trail if it was a loop trail and connected to one of the other trails at the property. So we've been evaluating this since then. As part of the project, Sherborn Forest and Trails has requested that we remove invasives, which we would remove some of them anyhow. We'll be a little more diligent than we typically are in this case. As I said, most hikers prefer a loop configuration, and there are some nice views when you get down the slope of the river and the river wetlands. As I said, we've consulted both with Sherborn Forest and Trails as well as the trustees of reservations. So the proposed project is in the southeast corner of the Rocky Narrows property. You can see by the circle there, it's down by the river. And then I'm going to go to a detail slide that shows the existing trail. And then as you sort of go down the slope, the trail turns southwest, and that trail that's in red on the slide here is an existing trail. It's unmarked. It's actually not part of the trustees map that you can see here. That's what we're using as the map from the trustees of reservations. And so the black trail that is below the junction with the red trail doesn't actually exist anymore. And will be removed from future versions of the map. This red trail does go within the 100-foot buffer zone, but as I say, it is an existing trail. It just needs some routine maintenance to take out some blowdowns and widen the corridor a little bit. The proposed new trail is in purple, and it will have sort of a switchback pattern up the slope to help ease people's ascent and descent to the other parts of the trail. There is an old, I think a lot of people would probably call it a deer path that, partially goes through the area. We will be using a part of that trail that exists in the town forest. And then most of the rest of the trail that is in the trustees' property will need to be created because the trail that goes through there currently, and I say, trail with air quotes, it's a deer path. It basically goes straight up the slope, subject to a lot of erosion, and it's very difficult to navigate. So my final slide here, just make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I've covered most of this. As I say, I just want to make sure it's clear. So the part of the trail in purple here that's in the lighter green shading is in the Sherborn Town Forest, and the rest of the trail is in the trustees of reservations property. One of the reasons that we are having the trail terminate where it does, the purple trail up to the blue trail, there's actually a map located there currently. We would replace that with an updated map, but since it's already a existing trail junction that has a map, it's a good spot to have the trail terminate. So, any questions?
Okay, have you talked to Sherborn, you talked to the trail, Forest and Trail, did you talk to Town Forest?
I guess I thought they were the same thing. Maybe I'm.
Oh, that's what I'm wondering, who you actually talked to.
Oh, so I spoke with Dave Killeen
Oh,
before
okay,
his passing. I spoke with and emailed a lot with Nick Rodenhouse, who actually walked the trails. He's a biologist, I believe, and knows a lot about the plants out there. He had some concerns that there might be some endangered species. He didn't encounter any, but he specifically requested that we remove as much of the invasive species as we can when we do that. And his here in this slide, the elongated sort of backwards C here was really his proposal. We had more switchbacks, and he thought that the more gradual path up the slope would be better in that area.
Okay, yes, so they're part of the Sherborn Town Forest.
They are, okay.
So the association is just a group of sort of its own town group of folks. It's not a town entity.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So okay, so basically everything where you had Sherborn Forest and Trail, I assume now means Sherborn, the Town Forest Committee. Okay, that was my. Did they formally approve this in some way, or who knows?
Well, let me see what I can find here.
So
We
Michael,
could-
just so you know that the part that's on the town forest is not in our jurisdiction.
Gotcha. Okay, fine. You don't have
That's
to do this.
good. Then we don't have to worry about
Okay, Hank.
signatures on the
You
form.
don't have to worry about this stuff here.
Oh, okay,
Because, right, we're limited to a certain area of jurisdiction, and the town forest is not part of it. You might
Okay.
want to get them to formally vote on this. Because they manage that property, and therefore they should have a meeting where they approve this plan work. Obviously, Nick is well aware of all this, but I'm not sure. I would just suggest that you ask them to formally approve it.
okay. I can circle back.
But we don't need
Okay.
to see that because of you're only asking us about property that's on the trustee land.
Right,
Mhm.
okay.
Okay. Joyce, do you want to give your 2 cents evaluation of this stuff?
Sure, I walked the trail, the proposed trail and the existing unmarked trail with Hank I think it was last fall, late summer, fall.
Mhm.
And it really is, it's all but a trail already. And this was the perfect layout. The only thing they're gonna do will be improving it as far as access goes.
Mm.
And it really will have no impact on any of the wetland resource areas or the stream itself. It's far enough away, and the portions that are close are already established.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, I've run down there, and it's right. There is a trail that loops around there, and you can make you. I mean, I've bushwhacked up the hill, but
Mhm.
the end. But yeah, it's there is an existing path that's fairly clear, at least was for me. This is a year or so ago. Okay, so I guess we have no, in terms of it's an existing trail and it's just work. That's general within that and the removal of invasives is just going to be by hand as you're going through and doing some snipping.
Correct. So as we, we'll do stuff as we create the corridor, and then if we see invasives sort of adjacent, but we're not going to try to, remove invasives in the whole
Oh,
area.
geez, really?
Yeah,
You could spend the next century.
right, exactly.
Are you gonna, so like with the buckthorn, like, are you gonna try to pull those out or just cut them and?
So we do both, but we will make the effort to actually pull the glossy buckthorn, because that's a much better way to get rid of it,
Oh yeah, otherwise you'll just have the stuff growing back.
Right.
Encompassing. And I guess in terms of, I guess that your place is in our jurisdiction is fairly level, I guess, so we don't have to worry about any sort of erosion created by the trail. Okay, and what is there a trail width that you're,
Yeah, so usually what we do for the corridor is you sort of stretch your arms out, right? And that's your corridor width. I mean, 3 to 4 feet is kind of a typical corridor. You don't want it to be so narrow that it's a little, 18-inch single track
Oh, yeah.
that sort of dissuades people from using it. You need to clear it a little bit wider to really make it usable. And the challenge, we've been doing some brushing back at Rocky Narrows in the last couple of months, and there's just a lot of it. The trails grow back very quickly.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. I certainly see it, especially in the area that was flooded, and now people can go back to it.
Right. Yep.
Steve, did you have a question?
I-
You muted yourself. You muted yourself.
I live nearby Rocky Narrows and I walk in it a lot. I haven't been in that area this year.
Whoops.
Unless pressing the wrong things, but that's all right. Sorry, using a different computer. In any case, the red area is pretty flat, the red kind of trail. The purple, it's more than a deer trail, as I'm sure you're aware. That looks like people go down there from time to time. And the parts of that purple area, some places are pretty steep. And the only other comment I would make, another one would be, mountain bikers use these trails too, so they should be designed with them in mind, or what. I mean, they both help keep the trails clear, and they may cause, if in some trails at Rocky Narrows, they probably cause a little more erosion, is my guess.
Yeah, and I think that's part of why Nick was recommending that we, as I said, we had some more significant sort of switchbacking, and we've sort of gone to more that elongated backward C, because that takes you sort of down the slope more gradually. One of the things that's very hard for bikers, right, is if you're constantly having to sort of make those switchbacks, then they tend to degrade the corners. So I think that will be well managed by the design that's there. There is a part of so we won't, that the trail that's there goes sort of straight out to the blue trail. This will sort of go diagonally across to connect with where the map junction is, so that there's a more natural junction, and we will brush in the sort of the deer trail that's there, so that people don't use it, and so that there's just one main trail.
Mhm. Any other comments or questions from anybody?
I just had a question just for my own education and not being too familiar with it, but is there a particular time of year that you cut those trails to limit erosion or allow, native vegetation to grow back if you're disturbing the soil, taking the invasives out? Is it better in spring, or when do you anticipate doing it?
We would probably do the work this fall, so it's a little easier to see everything as the leaves are kind of going down. And then, the trail will be available. We cut trails sort of as we have the people available to do the work. Most of the work will be done by a group of volunteers. We do have the professional trail steward from the Charles River Valley, works with us as we do this. So he'll be part of making sure we follow their standards for trails.
Okay. Yeah, I just checking because I know that the bittersweet and the buckthorn will be going to seed soon, and if you're cutting all that and it's ready to drop, and then you're just kind of leaving a trail of glossy buckthorn if it's not taken care of. So, thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Questions?
Public comment?
What's that, Steve?
Oh, just one other thing is, I'm sure you're aware,
You muted yourself again, Steve.
from the red trail, there's a crude way to get up to King Philip's Lookout. And I don't know if this trail might make that more attractive to try to make that connection or not. I don't know if you, I'm sure you've,
I missed the first part of what you said from which,
King Philip's Lookout to the end of the red trail. There is, it looks to me like people are going down that way sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're
Uh,
referring to either.
well, I mean, I guess I think I can pull the map back up. I think that the, oh, where is it?
No,
I think that I'm gonna have to go
yeah,
back.
the red trail isn't there. The red trail run, well, no.
Yeah, so I think it's the blue trail, right? That people would be sneaking over from.
It's from close to the lookout. You go back about 100 feet and there's sort of a pathway that can go down a hill.
Does
And
it
if you
go
do,
sort of along the
it's
river?
pretty steep.
Oh, you're talking all the way to the left. That goes down
Oh.
towards the railroad tracks?
No. It's
Oh.
within the circle or oval that's in
Oh.
there. But it's not a big deal. I just, if you're not aware of it, you should probably take a look at it.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't aware. I mean, I know there have been incidents, the trustees have shared, there have been some incidents in the past where people have thrown things off of the lookout. They've had to go in and clean up. And they're actually, unfortunately, at one of the trail junctions, there's been some graffiti that's been put on some of the trail signs in that area. So there are definitely some folks going in there and going places and doing things they shouldn't be doing. It's really hard to prevent, though, given the easy access from the railroad tracks.
So, I mean, this might not be relevant to the permit we're gonna issue tonight, but maybe Steve, would you be able to reach out to Hank offline and show him what you're talking about? Because it sounds like it's important to deal with that kind of separately. But
Okay. Seem muted there. So we're gonna do this, the only conditions we would have is, just manual removal of invasives. What
Yeah,
else?
manual notification when you're starting and when you're finishing. No hand removal, no mechanical or no equipment to be brought down into the area. That's pretty much it.
And I guess I guess the invasives removal, just no piling of the invasives, sort of spreading them out essentially. Unless you want to, remove every single berry from, each of the things there to,
Yeah, typically what we do is as we're working our way down the trail, we're pulling and, sort of pushing them back in through the undergrowth. But we
Yeah.
don't generally create big piles. That's
Yeah,
not
just
effective.
to be explicit about that. And,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, the seed bank is just incredible with all these invasives anyway. I mean, a lot of the buckthorn is already buried out. I mean, I see it on my property since I sort of live next door there.
Mhm.
But, okay, so I move that we approve this project as a -3 with the conditions we just discussed.
second,
Okay, any further discussion? Roll call vote. Michael, aye. Jacob,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Courtney,
aye.
Jonathan,
Aye.
Matthew, or Matt, if you're there.
Aye.
Okay. Have fun doing it. I look forward to using the trail.
Great, thank you. I'll reach out, Joyce, when we're ready to get going.
Yeah. No,
Thanks.
Yep. Okay, now we're a little delayed. Now we will start with the actually, no, I'm a few minutes late here. Let's see now. Notice is hereby given that the Conservation Commission of the Town of Sherborn will hold a virtual public hearing using Zoom technology on the 18th day of September 2025. The request for determination of applicability RDA hearing will be held pursuant to Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws, as amended, the Wetlands Protection Act, and Sherborne's Wetlands Bylaw, Chapter 226, to consider a soil testing proposal by the applicant, Stephen Belke, at 86 North Main Street, map 10, parcel 0-40. This application is available for viewing at the Sherborne Conservation Office. All persons desiring to be heard will be given the opportunity to speak at this hearing. Okay, hi there, Stephen. It's been a while.
All right, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so Civilized Solutions is proposing to do soil testing here they've got to repair their septic system or replace their septic system. They have a failed septic system, and they have located it in the shaded area where they're going to perform their soil testing. And that is set up by all the adjacent wells on the properties surrounding it. It's this wetlands has been flagged. They're working with Oxbow. So there's a 25 and this is the 50-foot buffer. So all the soil testing will be within this is the existing lawn. This is drip edge for the shrubs on this area here. So it's predominantly in the existing lawn. My understanding is they're going to be doing the soil testing in several areas along this edge. But when they go to do the design, they'll be filing a notice of intent and presenting more as they usually do, detailed information for the design. So this is just for soil testing.
Mhm.
Not a lot of space to work with,
No.
so.
Yes. Well, hopefully when they're doing the design, they'll try to move it a little.
Well, they're going to do what
Close
they
the
can
outside.
do. There's
Yeah.
different types of systems they can use. So they know what their limitations are.
Okay, no, I was just commenting that they do the testing outside of the 100-foot buffer zone enough to see whether they can use that first before they get closer. That'll just come up as a question for the alternatives analysis when they come in with the NOI. Okay, what conditions would we have for this? The erosion control needed or?
No, I don't know. It's real. This is the backyard is flat, and when they finish, they they'll just want to seed it. So I'll have that condition in there, the standard soil testing conditions, to restore it in kind,
Okay.
and notification before and after.
Any questions or comments for anybody else or anything? Anybody else wants to add? Stephen, if you want to say anything or nothing more needs to be said.
Straightforward.
Okay, anything from anybody? And I guess there's no public here for me to go to. So I thought of it, but I don't need it. Okay, I move that we approve this project as a -3 with the conditions that we discussed.
Second,
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call vote. Michael, I. Jonathan,
Aye.
Courtney,
aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Jacob,
Aye.
Matt.
Aye.
Okay, we're done. We'll see you, hopefully you'll find some good places there and we'll see you when the NOI comes in.
Thank you very much.
Sure, bye.
Bye.
Okay. Now we have.
So we
the-
have three.
Yeah, go
We
on.
have 3 requests for extension. They are 3 orders of resource area delineation. And these were all done around 2022. And so they would be expiring. So while orders are typically extended because of the this Extension Act, orders of resource area delineation um, have to go through a different process because we have to confirm that the flags are still in their proper location. These three orders were prepared by Deshang, and so he filed them all at the same time. He has gone out and rewalked and or updated the flags as needed. And we have a letter in hand that they have not changed, the wetlands have not changed. And so I have looked at the ones that I was concerned about, and these three here are ready for to be extended. There's one that's there was a drafting error on 108 Coolidge Street. So they have corrected that. And I've put orders in the file folder. I've updated the orders, Michael, if you wanted to take a look at them. The only one that's got any a difference to it is that the one at 108 Coolidge was identified as a isolated wetland when it is actually a bordering vegetated wetland. So Deshang revised the plan. I've referenced it on the extension, and that will get recorded. I will also record a reduced copy of the plan with that extension.
Okay, and just so on the extension for the 108 Coolidge.
Yeah, so
In the
Jonathan,
actual Form 7, there's wording about that.
yeah, so Jonathan, what these are abbreviated notice of resource area delineation where the applicant submits, they go out and they flag the wetlands or define where the wetlands are. We review it, and then we issue what's called an order of resource area delineation, and that approves the wetland line for a period of 3 years. So so what they're looking for now is to extend it again, rather than going through the whole process, we have them do a basically report on the conditions of the wetlands.
Yeah,
Thank you.
people do those things because before they want to start to develop a piece of property, they want to know where all the resources are in the buffer zone. So that helps
Mhm.
them designing a project. So that's why they'll sometimes do this first. In this case here, so this is
That's like, I don't know if you keep going back, go back. Okay, stop.
I see
Okay.
here, see corrected.
Yeah, so there's no place to write anything on these, so I placed it where it's visible, and it will be in the file, and everybody's very aware of it. But just to emphasize it, I added that note to the order.
Right, okay, I appreciate that. Because, okay. Fine, and then all the other orders basically look like this, except they don't have
They're all standard, right?
they just don't have anything there. Okay. What is anybody on the commission have any questions about this? Okay. So hearing that, I guess we'll vote on each one of them individually. I guess we have to vote on them to certify it, I guess. I move to approve the request for the extension of DEP file number 283435, the order of resource area delineation for 26 Western Ave.
Second,
Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Michael, aye. Steve?
Aye.
Get rid of this thing here. Jonathan?
Aye.
Jacob?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Courtney?
aye.
Okay. Moving on, I move to approve the request for the extension of DP file number 283-436, the order of resource area delineation for 108 Coolidge Street with the corrected plan about describing the wetland resource.
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call vote. Michael, I, Jonathan,
Aye.
Jacob,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Courtney,
Aye.
Matt.
Aye.
Okay. I move to grant the extension for DEP file number 283-437, the order of resource area delineation for 0 Washington Street.
Second.
Second.
Somebody got it. Any further discussion? Okay, roll call vote. Michael, I, Jonathan,
Aye.
Jacob,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Courtney,
Aye.
Matt.
Aye.
Okay, we've done that. We've done the warrant. There's no warrant. There's no minutes. The tree we're not doing. Any site issues? Okay, I'll take
No,
the gesturing. And the last thing, Washington Street Sherborn Homes project, that's still in front of the ZBA. We've, as of last time, as we submitted what we requested as a planting mitigation plan. And the applicant is sort of asking that this process not be done as part of the ZBA as opposed to the notice of intent. That will come after the ZBA process if it goes through. And we've written a reply that we think that it's best representing the local interests of the wetland protection, as well as local water quality control and health, to do it as part of the ZBA process, since not all of the resource areas are protected under the state act as opposed to under the local bylaw. So we've written and worked with Joyce, and we've written a reply to that we will send in and see how that goes at the next ZBA hearing. You can tune in for an interesting discussion of whether the ZBA should or should not go to that level of conditioning. Any more info that anybody wants about this, or that's enough? Okay. Hearing that, is there any other things?
that's it. Tonight is light. The next meeting won't be as light.
Yes. It certainly will be with with a few different things there.
Right.
Also, there's the MACC, the Association of Conservation Commissioners. It's having a fall conference, I think, that ones can look at and go see what's there. And I guess, Jonathan, you could look at some of the individual classes, which are just available on Zoom. Jacob set the record of doing all the basic ones in a record amount of time online, which previously was not possible when you had to go in person. So
Yeah, not really a fair comparison.
yeah, I know it's like the home run records of how many games they played or who knows what, or whether you and such. Okay, that's the one announcement. In that case, we have another meeting in 2 weeks on I guess it's our October 2nd meeting. Okay, if nobody has anything else, I move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, roll call vote. Michael, I, Jonathan,
Aye.
Jacob,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Courtney.
Nay. I mean, aye, sorry.
Couldn't tell if he said yay, or nay. Or Matt,
Aye.
got you before you got home, maybe. Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. That was a good short one there. We got done.